capping right now. Christopher Cardenas, the capper. I can't believe you.
Alright, I was gonna. Okay. Shall I leave that in?
Yes.
Alright, gonna leave that in. Alright, well. Welcome to episode 1, the official episode 1. At least I hope it is. We're just gonna see how this goes. Of the pod. You don't have to. No one's gonna. There's no video to this. You don't have to put on the lucha mask.
It'll make him get in character.
It'll help him out, you think? Alright, well, this is episode 1 of the State of podcast. Today we're going to talk about the state of gacha and how people have been using waifu since the early times of religion. So get prepared for that. That's pretty much the main topic of the day.
Who do we have here?
Today we have with us, I was unexpected to have this many people, but I'm glad we have them. Today, we have 4 guests. I don't know.
My name is Chris. Oh my god. How do you do?
I don't think he's comfortable talking in front of the mic.
No, I'm okay. Hey, it's your boy Lupe.
I guess.
What? Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, it can be.
Well, he only said 4 guests.
Yo, it's your boy Daryl. No.
What do you mean you were the 4 guests? I'm not a guest on my own podcast.
This how you know. This how you know. This how you know we're fucking.
Except for you.
I love this.
Except for the podcast leader.
This how.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, sir. So Daryl, what's your actual name?
My real name
Just call yourself Joe.
is your boy Joseph, man, and AKA Daryl.
We're gonna call him Daryl for like future podcasts. I'm alright with that.
I'm okay with it.
And then we randomly say Joseph, and then
I'm that old.
No one's gonna understand what
no
we're
one's
doing.
gonna understand.
No, nobody's gonna understand the meme.
For the topic of gacha,
Yeah.
why now to talk about this? Has something recently happened in order for you to mention?
Oh yeah. Well, I've been playing a gacha game. That's why.
Oh, is it good?
I mean, it's pretty fun for me.
Is it stealing anything?
It's doing some things, yeah.
Oh, some. Explain what the game is to us, please.
Oh man, so I mean, I'm pretty sure if you've heard of Genshin Impact, I don't really need to explain much for you. But for those who don't know what Genshin Impact is, it's a gacha game where you play multiple characters. But here's the real kicker: for people who played Breath of the Wild, you'll notice some similar mechanics.
A lot of mechanics.
A few similar mechanics.
What are you doing again? You cook?
You can cook.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's predetermined recipes though. So I mean, that's not like of the certain game we're talking about.
You cannot defend China forever, man.
I don't defend China.
Is it made by Chinese?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's made by Chinamen.
Hey, you need to cut that out.
That's not a racist term.
That is a racist term.
Chinaman's a racist term. I thought that was just calling them what they are. Like when you call a black person a black person.
It's like.
I feel like if you say black men to somebody, they'll be like, okay.
I guess.
Just depends who you say it to.
American man. Like, come on. Like, that's not.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, see, the thing about saying American man, that can be for anybody of any race as long as you were born in America.
Well, saying Chinaman, which is a whole country, you can, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was comparing it to.
I get what
or you can say North American man if you want to be, like, funny about it.
That's
like,
a continent.
Oh my god.
Okay, so gotcha, right?
Okay, yeah. That's what I was going to get to, Jamie.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome.
So, you're aware Genshin Impact is made by China.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you.
I know. You just said.
Okay.
So I just really, I agree with you.
So you were unaware of this?
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
Okay.
Man.
Does that do something for the game now that you know that?
No. It's a gacha game. Wait, is it still a gacha game because it's made by Chinese instead of Japanese?
It's still a gacha game no matter what.
Yeah.
But using the term,
the race.
I don't think you know what gacha means. Actually.
The race doesn't matter. It's just the type of game that it is.
I mean, when like Chinese people make like mangas, they don't call it mangas.
So you're turning this into a racial thing, and it's not a racial thing.
I'm just saying, like I thought maybe it was called differently or something.
A gacha is like a whole like category of game.
It is.
That has nothing to do with like the person making it.
Okay. Okay.
So Guadalupe, would you like to explain what gacha means?
Well, you're the resident weeb here, man. You got more gachas on your phone than I've seen any normal man have.
That is true.
So yeah, I would think if anybody understood the concept of gacha, it'd be you.
I feel like you'll give us like a list, a good condensed version of like what it is, and I'll be able to correct you because like I like doing that if you're like getting something wrong.
All right. I mean, to the best of my knowledge of what a gacha game is pretty much a game where it throws you into a story about certain characters, and as you progress through the story, you get, whether it be in-game currency or not, you can also buy it. Ooh. You can get characters, but it's a rare chance. It's a possibility.
So gambling.
So I don't mean to cut him off, but as he said that, the rare possibility thing, see, for Genshin Impact, it has one of like the craziest percentages for 5 stars I've ever seen. It's 0.6%, and that is for any 5-star. It's really 0.3% when you think about it, because half of those are weapons, and the other half is characters that you want.
The basic premise of gacha in general is that it's RNG based. However, it's RNG with your money. Therefore, that is what makes it like.
I think it's just RNG and like character like.
No, like I'm explaining what like gacha is like to like the bare bones. Like okay. Imagine like it's gambling. Like you said, like you're earning money for RNG.
Yeah.
And like whether that's bad or not, I mean like that's up for interpretation. But
okay, well, necessarily you don't have to put in your money. Genshin Impact gives you a good amount of wishes.
But what the gambling part comes in is that you can use real life money to get currency. It's like chips. You use real life money to get chips to play in the game.
Yes, where you can use to get more characters.
That's where the gambling part is.
Well, I mean, but like actual gambling, you can take the chips you won and get more chips.
Yeah,
just like Genshin.
So yes, it's still gambling, but you don't have to use your own money. You can give what they gave you.
The game is not necessarily bad to the point of like you're spending money for like better things. It would have been bad if it had like a whole like MMO player base, and if you had to purchase stuff to get better, obviously you're gonna be better than like most players because like you purchase like it's like I don't remember what game did this one because it was a first person shooter that did like the pay to win like gimmick. It's like, oh, he has that gun because he fucking paid for it, and now like we're at this point to where
it's not like Destiny.
Like paying to win is not like a good player base. And Genshin Impact isn't that. There is multiplayer in it, but I heard it's like really bare bones.
It's pretty bare bones. You can't do much. The only thing you can really do is these big dungeons called domains, and that's really the only thing. And you can do stuff out in the wild too, but other than that, that's all you really can do. You can't do story missions together. You can't do your dailies together. You can't do none of that.
Would you like the game if it was multiplayer? Like MMO?
I would like it if at least the multiplayer that it had, I could do more with it. Like, I understand that only one or two people can join me, right? How many people can join you?
Up to 3, because including yourself.
Okay, so like 4 people can be in a party at once, and I'm assuming you each can be one character. Because when it was me and you, we each only had 2 characters to pick from.
Can you like grind?
You can grind together. You can just run around the open world and do shit together. But other than that, you can't really do no big story stuff. So I guess it's mainly for like if you want to grind, but you don't want to grind by yourself.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I will say, Ernesto, I have got way farther, and as the map progresses, that map is really huge. So the multiplayer might get better as the map increases.
Yeah.
Because then we'll face a whole lot of more domains. We'll face a whole lot of other bosses.
Yeah.
So.
I'm now remembering the game that did the pay to win shit. Besides GTA, Red Dead. Red Dead had like that really bad.
Of course.
But like
Of course.
Oh, he has this gun because he fucking paid for it, and like I'm not sure what the player base of Red Dead is now. They're trying so hard to like get people to come back. But like the like monthly gimmicks that they been throwing out, it looks fun. They had like a whole Halloween theme this month, but I haven't like been back on it.
I didn't know.
I sold my Red Dead.
That is unfortunate. However, you'll probably get it back when Undead Nightmare comes out.
I think what happened to it was the opposite. It became less arcadey. Like the first Red Dead, it's more arcadey than the second. Anyways, back to gacha.
What?
You can't just do that.
Well,
That's-
what I'm
that's-
trying to get to is
The
that
Red Dead 1 ain't arcadey, nah.
It is.
You. Explain.
it's a bit easier, anyways.
You found Red Dead 1 easy?
Yeah, but especially in the duels.
Wait, which Red Dead?
There was duels in Red Dead 1.
In Red Dead, yeah, in Red Dead 2, there's not a lot of duels. I mean, there is one, but it's like the introductory one, and it's not very like.
No, there's duels. You just have to do the. You just have to do the side mission that is all about the duels.
Yeah, it's just I didn't like how the duel.
They didn't implement the duels feature into like Red Dead 2 as like Red Dead 1 had it. So,
Yeah,
like,
because
that's-
Red Dead 1, you can paint on them like where you're gonna shoot at them. And then
You
go
can do
fight
that in
them.
Red Dead 2.
Well,
Red Dead 2.
he hasn't seen it a lot because
Yeah.
like he only seen it like that introductory.
And the issue,
like,
I didn't understand because it's like you're holding down the R2 and right, and he's doing the thing, but then you have to press it again. I don't remember how I did it. And then,
What it is you, if I remember correctly, you hold down R2, and then at the right time you let it go. When you let it go, that's when your character pulls it out, and you have to press it again to shoot.
you did more duels than us, so like
I tried to do it like that, and it didn't work.
I did.
I honestly don't remember.
I spent a lot of time with this game, just running around looking into every nook and cranny that I could find.
Didn't you 100% it, or there was like a couple of animals you didn't
I got
have?
really close to 100%ing it. The only thing that I haven't done to 100% it is I didn't kill all the legendary animals, capture all the legendary fish. That's the only thing I didn't do. I killed all the legendary animals. I just didn't capture all the legendary fish. That shit gets hard and you need specific bait.
Speaking of bait, what the hell were you talking about on gacha being being tied into religion? What's going on?
It's the idea that waifus are it's like an idol.
Okay. So before we get to that, let's talk about the general thesis on waifus.
Yeah.
I don't see the thing about that word has become very weird, right? So it's very weird now because when I hear waifu, it no longer just makes me think of an anime chick, right? It makes me think of any female fictional character.
Yeah. Well, that's the main idea of a waifu.
That's
it's
what
an
it
idol. It's a 2D. It's a drawing on the.
No matter
wall.
what it is, it's just a female character.
It can also apply to real.
It has
too.
it has broke the boundaries of
Yep.
it just being an anime term.
Yeah.
That's not wrong.
Because the first waifu is technically the Virgin Mary. And it is true. It's the same idea. You're praising. It's the idea of praising a pure, virtuous woman that doesn't do no wrong. It's not gonna cheat you. She's always loyal. And what does a waifu do? It's the same thing. Well, most of the times.
Do
they're
people want to
virgins.
fuck Virgin Mary?
No, it's not the idea of fucking it. It's the idea of praising it. It's the idea.
The idea of waifus is lust. I swear to you.
Well, not all the time.
What?
Yes, a lot of the time. Like,
What kind of beta males have you been seeing that's like I don't want to
What?
touch this girl with my cock. I
That's the idea.
want to hold her hand.
That's the same idea as a simp, right?
That is not a waifu.
But what's the idea of a simp, right? It's the idea that
No, people are
praise.
simping from Virgin Mary. It's not waifu.
That's a waifu. It's the same thing. You idolize her. You don't get anything from a 2D, right? You don't get no sex. You don't get no head.
What do you think?
Look, man, I guess I understand what he's saying, right? Like, I guess you could want a wife who is pure and all that, because wanting a wife doesn't necessarily mean you want to just constantly fuck it. You just want something to take care of.
Yeah, it's the innocence of it. Because
Okay, so it's fuck. This sounds wrong.
I would
No, because I was gonna say it's like with the dog, right? It's like,
oh my god.
but see, that's fucked up. That's not like.
Oh no.
it's like a daughter. You don't want to, unless you're into that, you don't want to fuck your daughter.
No, it's not like a dog.
You cannot. You're comparing stuff to other terms. That is not waifu.
But it's the idea.
No, it's not.
it's
That's
not.
the wrong idea.
It's
Wrong idea.
But
You're off. You're off.
Okay, so if when you have a wife, right? What do you do with it?
It's like a wife, man. That's literally in the name. It's a
I
wife.
know, but
Sometimes you will lust over her, and sometimes you just want to be with
Waifu
her.
is the idea of wanting something that doesn't exist. Therefore, the lust is there.
Yes.
Therefore, this is the only person that I
Yeah.
want to pay attention to. I want my
Yeah.
cock in that.
Yeah.
That is the premise.
Yeah, but sometimes like
There is no sometimes. I'm telling you what a waifu is.
that's what a waifu is.
You grew up with the internet with me. You seen the
I know.
the boards.
I know, but sometimes the lust thing, right? It turns also into worship, right? You're worshiping her.
Well, see, if you
Because
want to
you're
get
like-
into worship, that's a whole nother
Worship
thing,
and like
though.
waifus are not the same thing.
Yeah, if you worship a waifu, that's more of like, that's something else. Cause like,
Not in the
What-
religious term. I'm not saying in the
no, we're not
religious-
saying a religious term.
That's like a whole new tier.
I'm just saying like, the way that you're explaining it is that like you
It-
become obsessed with it.
But that's what happens. That's what what's what happens to a lot of people, like to a lot of guys. They become obsessed with it. And like in history, some men obsessed over like the religious item that is.
These are different terms you're thinking about. I swear to you,
And-
Joseph. What do you think a waifu is?
When I think of waifu, I think of, for the example, this man right here to my right.
He's pointing at Nick.
Remember, they can't
Yeah, I
see me.
know. Him and Miku.
Okay, so what is your connection to Miku? I obviously we know that she's your waifu. It is a desirable being that doesn't exist. However, you might meme with me real quick and say that she does, but for the fact of argument, let's go ahead and let you explain what a waifu is. Please put Chris on game.
Man, I feel like whoever listens to this is gonna be like, what the fuck?
No, I'm loving this.
I'm loving this too. Alright. So y'all both have it right. Y'all both, it's about lust, because like I told y'all,
It's too extreme.
it's about wife. It's a waifu. It's literally in the name. You want it to be someone that you have. Whether it will be for lust and whether it will be for worship.
Like,
See, I get what he's saying because a waifu is like the same, is two sides of the same coin, because you want to protect and love your wife, but you also want to fuck your wife,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? So that's like
Yeah.
that's just
What I'm getting to wasn't the fucking part. I was getting to to the extreme of the worship of it.
That's not the same term. Like I'm telling you, like people who like put an animated character on a pedestal like that. That's not a waifu anymore.
Yeah, but that's the same idea as like in the religious way, right? You put an idol up there, right? And you have it there. Because
But that's not waifu anymore. Is what I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
but
You're going on a tangent about a term that like we're not talking about.
That's almost like a god.
What I was getting to is that like
That's what I was gonna say.
the whole idea of the waifu also gets to like a psychological thing. It's like it's this thing called a medulla, something like that.
The medulla oblongata.
A medulla,
The
something like that.
medulla
oblongata is
There we
part
go.
of your brain.
No. It's called something like that. It's with the A. And she, what it is in psychology or like in the story of it, it's this virtuous, pure woman that a man falls in love with, right? But he can never have her.
What was that? Do you know how to pronounce that word? I'm gonna Google it right quick.
It's like a medulla or something like that. A medulla. I forgot what it's called.
Oh,
And-
Amidala.
Amidala, yeah.
Amidala.
And she's a dancer. She spins around and she does all this stupid shit. And the guy's like, well,
So how does this translate
Star Wars.
in theory?
okay, in
If
theory.
you're talking about putting this fictional character on a pedestal so
Yeah.
hard, how would you be able to translate that into gacha?
into gacha.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. To interrupt. I looked up Amidala and I just keep getting Star Wars.
Okay, that's
I
playing
told
my dollar.
I told you that was gonna pop up. It's
Yeah.
Star Wars.
No,
but
it's a-
that's,
But
that's a whole
I mean, it
different
did
thing.
also tell me that it's Italian for beautiful flowers. So
That's what it. I think that's what
it might have some connection with what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like a symbolism of it. But you know how beautiful power is, like, you know, it's beautiful, it's pure, it's not disturbed or anything, right? Because it's beautiful.
Okay, so
And-
how does it translate into gacha?
Into gacha, well,
It don't.
It-
You're
it does.
going on a tangent.
it does because there's a fuckload of waifus
Well, I kind of.
in the game.
I think
Okay,
I
so
think I
it's
get what
deemed
he's
as a
saying.
waifu then.
I think I get what he's saying. The way that it does connect with gacha is that the fact that this is a waifu dispenser. You want the waifu, right? So whenever you get the waifu, you're like, yo, I want another one, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
The obsession isn't necessarily
because it offers you a lot of it. So you're just like, I want more.
because it's like any other slot machines. The pretty colors and the noises make you feel good, and when you see the waifu,
I'm not familiar
you
with the
associate
game.
those things.
Does it like show you a preview of like what you're about to purchase before you purchase it?
Some of them.
What it does is it shows you what you can win. It's like you could get this, and then you're like, oh, I could get that, and then you basically would roll, and you're like, oh, I didn't get it, and you're like, well, maybe one more roll, and the next thing you know, you done spent all your shit.
So like, do most of these models of these females always have like the like typical video game Japanese like body measurements?
They're all the same.
Like, is there a fat ass on any of them?
No.
No, they're not all the same.
The character models don't have that. The art has that. And
Oh, of course the fucking art does.
not to the extreme of most Japanese gacha games, but you can tell where they're trying to get you.
I know that the game is hella suggestive due to the dialogue that you guys have told me throughout like the time of y'all playing it. However, does it ever get to the point where you're like, oh, I need to nut? Like, is it that game?
No.
Nah, it's not. It's not more of a need to nut kind of situation.
So it doesn't sound like an H game, like at all.
It's not H.
It's not age. It's nowhere near an age game.
Yeah.
But like,
Age gachas are a whole different thing, though. That fucks with people on two psychological levels.
Yeah.
On two feel-good psychological levels.
Yeah. And that's the need. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we're back. So anyway, continue what you were saying.
Oh yeah, the difference between H games and gacha games.
yes.
Which I have to be a fan of the H games because I'm a bit of a coomer.
You are who you are, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to reveal yourself on the cast.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Look me up? I don't care.
Yeah, they probably won't, honestly.
Yeah, so who cares? Yeah, I play a lot of like H games, and the difference between the gacha, regular gachas, and the H gachas. Two things.
Okay.
Big old milkers
Yeah.
And big boom.
and wipers.
That does that not correlate with the big milkers?
Nah, but because big milkers activate something in your brain.
Neurons activated, huh?
Yeah, your freaking almonds activate.
Shit starts.
So are you telling me that
synapses are
gacha
firing
games
up.
aren't allowed to be too sexualized because it's obvious?
Yes, because when well, they can be sexualized, but then like there's a point where like they're just like some people are just like I don't want sexualized. I just want innocence. I want purity. I want.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody.
They just want like chicks that don't exist in real life.
So
Because real life chicks are kind of they stink, they lie to you, and they have a lot of negatives.
you're aware of our friend Lupe, right?
Hold on. I just need to say. I just need people listening to understand that we do not hate real women
No,
here.
Because I was gonna get to the part where as equally as women have negatives, men have negatives. But as well as because we're a bunch of guys, we focus on the women, right? But so that's why we look for waifus, and just the same as females, they look for like the same thing as a waifu.
Man, I don't know how I'm gonna cut this to save you, but I'm gonna try my
I don't know.
best.
It doesn't have to save you.
Yo, you are not podcast
Bro,
friendly.
people.
Yeah. Like I thought you were just gonna say like memes or whatever. You're actually speaking your mind, and it's like really, really bad.
And, like,
You-
you know,
You are not the people's champion.
well, because
Yes,
just
really
like
happy.
us, we're a bunch of horny motherfuckers, right? So
Speak
curious.
for yourself.
I am, anyways.
No, you're not.
I'm a big freaking.
Yo, Chris could be the main character in your like podcast, bro. People might be like lusting for him.
Bro, I just have him on, just have him just go on.
He said,
rant.
"Hey, let Chris talk." Like that.
Oh, did you pause it in this? I just realized. Did you pause it?
No,
it's
yeah,
still
it's
going.
still
Okay, never mind.
And we're recording.
Oh, we're
We're
going.
not even gonna cut that. Just
Yeah, I mean, what would you play an H game for?
an H game.
Story.
No.
Nobody's playing an age game for
I can
the
tell
story.
you, not
This
a
is the
single,
only man to do that.
a single human being has never finished an H game.
I
It's
have.
always they get. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, you remember
Because
that
the
one game?
story.
I had 7 hours of me pure fucking edging toward the last scene. I was just there's a whole documented that says 7 hours and 56 minutes of me edging towards the last scene, and I got to the last scene. I didn't finish. I got to a part where they're like pulling out shit from her ass, and I was like, I just started nutting for some reason. I was like, yo, that's the part I lost.
There's
Thank you.
Different
And even-
people.
Thank you, Chris.
And that was the part I didn't want to lose at.
I would have laughed.
It just it just makes me laugh the contrast between what he was saying earlier and what he's saying now. He goes,
But that's the reason,
I don't
right?
want to fuck him. Nobody always wants to fuck him, but I do nut to it.
Yeah, well, because that's an H game, right? That's
Yeah.
the point. I want to nut to an H game. If it was a regular, just a anime game.
But when we're talking about H games, we were talking about
conversation I was trying to say to
gotchas,
you.
like H game gotchas games.
AJ, well, yeah, but I mean that's what I was getting to, like to the H
No,
gotcha game.
you went on a tangent after I said you finished H games,
Yeah.
and you had to tell us about your nutting process.
Nah, it wasn't nutting. It was edging.
I'm sorry.
For 7 hours.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, long story short, you.
Be careful moving the table. It might.
Nah, it's fine. Yeah. But an H game, I never finish them because usually like the first like 5 scenes is like okay, but whenever I see a gacha game, it's usually like to like the soft core effect of like, oh, we know what it's trying to do, it ain't doing it, and like that's why I like try to like steer away from it. And like, and gacha game doesn't even have to be like a fucking anime sexualized base. It's like really just like the concept of just RNG and paying for shit.
I mean, honestly, if they made a gacha game like for people who don't really are into anime, they can make all kinds of stuff. Honestly, like I'm pretty sure if you got a sports game and you turn that into a gacha game,
That's FIFA.
that is what
FIFA
actually
is
that is what
literally-
FIFA is fucking soccer. You know, football for anyone not American.
Soccer gacha.
Fucking, it's soccer gacha.
Yeah, it's soccer gotcha.
We figured
And
it out.
what do they look for? They're getting the guys.
Let's
That's
go,
all
my
right.
boy Ronaldo.
Yeah, because no one's sitting there.
I haven't played FIFA in a while. What are you referring to? Is there like a card pack gimmick?
Yeah.
or
No,
something?
that's what it is. That's what EA just did. They made it to a gacha game. You have to use money to get like the currency of the game, and then you use it to like get card packs, and you're like, oh, I can get this. You get duplicates too, I think.
Can you get duplicates in
I think so.
Genshin
Anyway.
Impact?
Okay, so now I'm so glad you brought up duplicates, because duplicates are actually
Yeah,
kind
those
of
are-
worth it, because when you do get a duplicate of a same character, it helps you upgrade the thing called a constellation, and it's like another skill that they have. It's like another passive or something that they'll get, and every time that you get a duplicate, you upgrade that constellation.
Oh.
So you unlock another move
Yeah.
each time you do it.
So it's
Wait,
beneficial?
It's beneficial, but here's the thing, though, right? You remember when I was telling you earlier about the 5 stars, and how hard it is to get them?
Yes.
So, in order to upgrade a 5 stars constellation, you need to get a duplicate of the 5 star,
Which is even
which is
harder.
already hard to get it the first time.
Yeah.
So imagine having to get it again just to upgrade your character.
Because it gets filtered by a bunch of weapons, like a bunch of like junk.
You only played it for like 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, but I realized.
I mean, it doesn't take too long to figure out the gimmick of the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay, so like, what do you think about the gameplay of the game?
It's fine. It's okay. It's like to pass the time and it's like whatever.
I don't think you'll like Breath of the Wild then if that's what you think.
I don't.
Breath of the Wild was like revolutionary,
No, it wasn't.
and they literally. Oh, we're not doing that. We're not doing that right now.
That was Mountain Blade.
Oh, okay.
It's just an open world. Like it's not like.
It's just an open world.
Well,
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
I mean, Daggerfall already did it, and Arena did it.
You can't.
They're not-
You can't
Now
just.
I understand what you're trying to say. It's revolutionary because it's better than those. Because those.
No,
games are
fucking,
like-
you don't program. It's just an open world.
Yeah.
You know how hard it took us to get to this point?
Yeah, but I mean, in Arena, it's like a whole world that was generated.
Okay, but is there something in it?
Yeah.
Because you can make whole worlds with nothing in.
Yeah.
Is there a whole world with nothing in it in Genshin Impact?
In a little bit.
Sorta.
A little bit.
There are enemies that you can go to. There's like random chests scattered throughout the fields and shit that you can go and fight and get. There's challenges, and then there's like.
Is there mimics?
No, I don't think there's any mimics. I don't know. You're further than I am, Nick. What is
I
it?
haven't ran into
I
them.
think-
Okay, so there are no mimics from what we can tell. But you know, there's like these little waypoints you can get that help you fast travel across the map. There's small things for you to do, but they're not like straight up, just full on like side missions that you'll go on.
It's like little puzzles, and then you have to defeat like enemies that like are the same. They're the same model, but they have like different ability.
Oh yikes! Ew.
Yeah, because like one of them's like on fire and he throws like fireballs, or
Well-
he has a crossbow and he can shoot fire crossbow. Or
You're at the beginning, so
Yeah.
you
It
only
is
see
the
the
beginning.
basics.
Okay.
There's more when you get further on. They're like lizard people.
oh well, you see, he's the expert here.
I didn't even know there was a story to like.
There's
like,
lizard people.
what
I
they
can't
told
be a
us.
lizard person.
It's not that bad of a story, honestly. The game doesn't. You can beat that game with the characters. Give the first characters you roll. You don't have to roll again to beat that game.
Yeah.
So there's no desire to do the gacha aspect of it.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
one
don't
of those
want to.
things, right, where it's like, yeah, man, it's there if you want to do it. We're not gonna make you do it. But then here's how they get you. When you first start up the game, you get 20 free rolls basically.
And you want that again, basically, like after like having the thrill of having it the first time.
Well, because with 20 okay, so there's two different types of wishes, right? There's, I forget the names of them specifically, but they're called intertwined fates. And one is for the limited banner, and the one is for the permanent banner that's always there. And you get 10 of one and 10 of the other. And within that 10, you are going to, unless you have just shit luck, you're gonna pull at least one character.
This is what I'm talking about right here. Like this Kumar stuff you keep showing me.
And that one character, I'm sure, is enough to. It pumps people up with enough like feel good. They're like, oh wait, oh man, I want another one of these.
Damn, bro, the euphoria just sets in.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I was getting to in H games, right? Like, so in a regular gacha game, you don't really have nothing to strive for, really. You just have the characters and trying to earn the currency to roll again. In an H game, you not only have the motivation to try to get more characters. In most H games, when I was younger, it's embarrassing to admit, I used to play a lot of the H gacha games. And so the thing about those
Was it just flash games? Like, what are you referring to?
okay, so shout out to Nataku.
Yeah.
That they had games that you could download or whatever, and you'll get like you'll pull a character, right, and she's just some like maid or whatever. And in gacha games, there's things you can do with most characters called like ascending. When you ascend characters in H games, they lose more clothing.
Oh, the whole like leveling up, like
Yeah.
okay, I got you.
They lose more clothing.
Because, like, I've been seeing, like, ads for that, and, like, usually it's, like, fake games. It's like, oh, man, like, you're just working with this bride who, like, has, like, on rags of clothing and, like, no boobs at all. Wait, she's level 30. She has, like, fucking full, like, breastplated armor and big-ass boobies. Yeah, man, you want to play this.
I'm not gonna lie to you, though. There were some of those there are mobile H gacha games, right?
That sounds awful.
It wasn't as bad as you would think, because one of the ones that I played a shit ton was like a version of Bejeweled. When you had a bunch of the same colors next to each other, you draw a line through as many as you can, and when it breaks, you combo. And if anything of the same color lands on top of each other...
Are you aware of Honey Pop?
Yeah, it's Honey Pop. Like, that's what I'm saying, like Bejeweled.
Oh, okay, alright.
Like Bejeweled.
Are you aware of Honey Pop?
I don't know.
I've played it.
I didn't like the
You
game.
played it?
I have it on my laptop.
I
yeah.
can't be doing the lines and
Are you aware of
at the
Honey
same
Pop?
time.
And I got pretty far in.
I don't know. I just get too focused on an H game should not have a good game.
I have, like...
Yeah, so you focus on the gameplay or you focus on the
What you're telling me right now, I didn't even know, like, H games were even on, like, fucking mobile like that. But I thought that there was never an H gacha game.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Nataku is a whole nother different website you need to go to. You need to download the app, like, data, and then you dig into your folder and you do what you need to do for it.
I'm aware of, like, how to, like, get APKs or whatever.
Yeah,
I wonder how it works with, like, iPhones, but long story short,
well, you remember, Android can get a lot of third-party shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, I was trying to figure out how it would work with Apple. It's like what I was getting at.
Why, are you trying to download them?
No, if H games can't work on Apple, then obviously Apple users are missing out, correct?
Yeah, I'm missing out then. No, because when I was like, when we were in like high school, I downloaded this gacha game that I didn't know what gacha was, and it was like something to do with like pirates or something like that, chick pirates.
Yeah,
And
bro.
I downloaded it, and I played that shit a lot of it because like you can get succubi.
Yeah, but like, do they show the?
They had really big titties, but they didn't show any. They barely showed nipple.
Barely.
And I think like just like Anessa said, when you get duplicates, they lose clothing. But that one, they didn't lose like enough clothing where they were naked. It was just teeth.
But like at that time, did it get you going?
Yeah.
I liked it just so I could. It's like in Twitter, right? You just see a bunch of chicks cosplaying with like half naked and shit like that. It was just that. I was just like looking at it.
So back to the original topic. You guys were mentioning linking up religion
It
and
wasn't.
gotcha.
I'm not sure.
And I was trying to figure out how that conversation even came around.
It's not about religion. It's just the idea.
You was talking about the Virgin Mary
Yeah.
is desirable, therefore.
Not sexually, but like in a way, like spiritually, like to feel good.
I see. I kind of get what he's saying because it's kind of like with like the Greek gods, right, or like Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
It's like Cleopatra, right? When ancient Egyptians probably thought of Cleopatra, they thought she was the most beautiful woman. They thought she was this, she was that.
She looked like a
So,
bitch.
by his definition, that was a waifu, right? And you think about it some more.
Oh, okay. So like we already been through the actual conversation of
Yeah.
like why he was like a fucking idiot on that.
Yeah. So like you think about Aphrodite. Aphrodite is a female character or goddess that people believe in and praise, and she was the god of love. So that was the god you prayed to when you had love. So I would imagine that there were some followers who fell in love with that imagery of that god.
Yeah.
It's what I'm trying to say. What I was trying to get to is like it's the extreme of it.
And what I was telling you is like that's not waifu anymore, and like we already discussed that.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it gets to the point that's not waifu anymore. It's getting to that extreme.
Well, like many things over time, bro, the definition changes. Like back then, that's what it would have been considered if that terminology existed.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
How would you like to close out the topic?
I mean, at the end of the day, we can all agree that gacha games are for a very specific audience
Yeah.
who want a very specific thing.
Yeah.
Now, is it kind of fucked that it makes people who may have gambling addictions vulnerable?
Let's put it like this. I'm gonna mention everybody's favorite game and mention if there was a gacha version of that, how would they feel about it? Mountain Blade, Chris. If there was a gacha version of Mountain Blade, would you be okay with that?
I'm not sure how that would.
Would you play it?
Units. It would work with units. You get different units.
Oh, I probably wouldn't.
You'd roll for units.
If it worked like that, it was like a fucking like those.
Well, no, like you can still progress without like buying shit.
The whole idea of Battle Blade is that you build up your character and you build up companions and you have to.
Okay, all right. So the companions you gotta buy.
I probably would never just use the companions. I'd just buy them in.
Exactly, because like you could play through it without the companions.
Yeah.
But if you're able to buy, would you play the game? Is what I'm getting.
Probably not. I probably wouldn't. Because then it would just be like one of those browser games that you just play. That you can get.
You can still progress through the game.
Yeah, but it's like one of those browser games.
And you just flat out not play.
Yeah, I just want to play. I just find another game.
All right. I was gonna say Street Fighter with you, Nick, but it's kind of that already. So I would go ahead and say if there's a Miku-based gacha game, would you play it?
Yeah, look at him.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Yes, I will, and I think there already is one.
I'm pretty sure there is. She's a Japanese entity, my dude. I'm pretty sure they're gonna put her in something.
Yeah, she's already in like multiple ones that I already have.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the extreme.
Hey, I want you to know something. I didn't spend no money though. So fuck yeah.
He grinds for his shit.
Yeah, he grinds. This man is dedicated.
He sits there and plays.
Wait, like.
There goes a different tier to gacha then. Like the people who actually like earn their currency in order to do the stuff, which takes like shit fucking long time, but like, boy, is the payoff worth it?
I mean, if you have the time, I don't see why you wouldn't.
He don't do nothing with his life. I know he got some time.
Boy, fuck.
I was gonna make an example with you, but two of the games that I'm thinking about are kind of gacha. I was gonna say Call of Duty,
Well, to me, Call of Duty has become gacha.
or Star Wars, and
I was gonna bring that up earlier.
That's already got you.
Yes.
like those are already gacha.
Yeah.
At least in the beginning, like the Star Wars.
I don't
I
know
was
if
gonna
we're
say that
taking
too.
meaning away from the word by saying it so much, but
No,
it just seems like
Well, like we still know what the general like consensus is. So like it's not. We're basically like if this game had this category of game, would you play it? Basically.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying. Yeah. What were you saying?
I was gonna say at the beginning of Star Wars Battlefront 2 when it came out. That's literally what it was.
That is literally what it was.
Literally, you could spend your own money to get the packs that you wanted, and it would give you a certain amount of levels of different cards. But I don't think you could pick the cards. It's random. So you could get shit that you don't want, or you'll get something that you wanted.
All right, I got a better example for you. If Midnight Club Dub Edition
Oh my god.
had a gacha game,
No.
no,
Off the bat.
no, like you can play as like a regular car all throughout and like earn the currency to get like the premium cars, but you can buy the premium cars with actual money.
No, that's dumb.
No, I wouldn't. That's just cheap.
Well, racing games would benefit off of that a whole lot.
Yeah.
I feel like they should do
No,
that.
I think it'll kill it off at that point.
Well, no.
The racing game genre is already killed. Let's be honest.
If it has a multiplayer, it's definitely gonna kill it in that sense. Because people would just buy the most expensive car, and they'll win every race because they're top speed.
All right, I'm about to say. Well, that's why you kind of do it to where it's like these are the motherfuckers who are paying. These are motherfuckers who aren't paying.
Oh, you want separate servers for niggas who got money?
It's class. It's. I know. It sounds bad separating classes through the game, but this is the only way you keep it fair.
I guess like you get to choose. Like, hey, you want to join the
Like,
premium ones, or you can join the.
Like let's say
ones?
you pay for a subscription, right?
It's
You
like
become a premium
Battlefield.
member. All right, you should only be
Yeah.
put in rooms with other premium members, especially if the items
The
that you
downside
get
to that
make
is
you more powerful than
if-
people who are normal.
if the player base who pays is so low, where you could barely find a match, that's where the problem may lie.
No, I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. If it becomes big enough, then you should separate it. If it's just like, oh, one here, one there, then I guess it's okay because you're only gonna have that one asshole in every other race.
Because what happens with Battlefield 5 is that people pay for it and then just like.
Well, the thing about Battlefield 5 though is that nothing you pay for really does anything. It's just mainly cosmetic.
No.
Yeah, well, they do have the basic kit upgrades.
What is that?
Where it completely like goes for like it locks everything.
It unlocks all the guns and everything.
It
Yeah.
unlocks everything, so
Yeah.
you don't have to grind for it. Like,
yikes!
like Battlefield's always had that. I remember doing it. I remember in Battlefield 4 they had them for free, so you could just download them right there and you'll get all that unlocked.
I will see. I don't really know how I feel about that though because in Battlefield 5 you could die from any gun
From
at
any
at any moment. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter whether it's really about who sees each other first.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting to is the tanks. Like the tanks.
Ooh,
that right
the
there.
Yeah, 'cause
vehicles.
it unlocks
The
everything.
vehicles. Once all those.
Wait, it
upgrades-
unlocks tank upgrades?
Yeah, there's tanks upgrades.
Yeah. There's
No,
upgrades
I know
for
there's tank
tanks.
upgrades. What I'm saying is that it unlocks tank upgrades.
I
Yeah.
think so.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
And that's what I'm saying.
That's
I
not
wouldn't want to
good.
play that.
No, yeah, actually, it's not even with the kit starters. It's like its own little starter pack. It's like a vehicle starter pack. If you buy that, it just unlocks just the starter kit for it.
I mean, that sounds shitty, but like, let's be honest. How many people do you think are really buying that?
I'm pretty sure there are people that do because I haven't spent one money on Battlefield. I'm literally grinding for all my stuff. I wouldn't even use
It
vehicles.
doesn't take long, bro. I mean, I remember I got to like level 15 support in like 3 days.
But no, well, that's with like the infantry. But when you're using vehicles and like let's say that guy who
And
bought
that's
the
hard.
stuff,
That's hard.
that guy's gonna destroy you. Because I had a tank that's level 2 and my sides are protected. And that guy over there literally shoots me once and like
That shit sounds asinine.
1/3 of my health is just remaining, and I get shot again and I'm dead. I can't level up if I constantly die.
Yeah, like it was bad.
And it's that's mainly with the vehicles. But the good thing about most vehicles is that some of those upgrades don't give it more health. It just gives it better damage.
So some of them are weird. 'Cause some of them reduce like damage. Like the airplanes, there's one where it reduces explosive damage. So like the anti-aircraft, it doesn't do a lot of damage. And then like you're trying to take it down and it won't go down and then you're in the air and it just goes boom 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 and you're dead. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Ernesto,
Yo.
I've been trying to like work around on how your favorite game will have a gacha aspect to it, but just work with me here if you can figure it out with me. On this year, if out of nowhere, Mad World comes out with a game that has the gacha aspect to it,
Battle War 2.
how would that be implemented exactly?
Okay, so I can tell you how exactly that would be implemented. So Mad World is basically a prequel to Anarchy Reigns. And if you played Anarchy Reigns has all the characters from Mad World, which is like the boss characters and the main character Jack. And the way they could implement it into a gacha is that you play through a Mad World like story, and you would roll for the character you play as.
Oh.
So let's say like you get a character that has a different weapon or a different like fighting style. Because Jack was like rip and tear with a chainsaw, right? But
okay, so there are characters that are favorable. So like, I would like love to be that character if I had the fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so alright.
Or not even have the money. It's like, I'd love to be that character if I could pull it. If I rolled and I got it, I would love to be that character, but I can't.
Would you play the game?
Would I play it? Probably not, because then it just kind of
It's the only new Mad World game. Think about
I
this.
mean, if it's the only new Mad World game, that's probably like, I should probably take what I get and I'd play it. But I wouldn't want to pay for it. It has to be free. It has to be free. Like, the game needs to be free. If I'm gonna have to end up paying for characters,
that's the only way you'll justify it, right?
That's the only way I can justify it to myself. I couldn't justify it to myself by paying like $15, $10, or even $5 for the game, and still having to pay for characters.
That's fair. That's how I felt with like Destiny. That's how we all felt with Destiny. After like
Destiny
buying a $60 game and you're like, oh, the DLC's $30. Nope.
It's like this extra DLC's $40.
But go ahead and close this out, Ernesto.
Oh, like the whole thing?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna keep going longer. We want to be going for like.
Nigga, what, you want to talk for like 4 hours?
No, we don't have to talk for 4 hours. I just want at least to get a full hour.
Are we not there?
No, we're at 46 minutes. We have to stop because of AJ.
That sounds very hilarious. But I feel as though we don't need to scratch an hour unless you have one of the run on a tangent about another topic.
I mean, there's a bunch of things we can talk about. You don't see the thing. This is the thing about this, right? You
Is there a structure to it?
The structure is the conversation.
I can keep it going.
The thing is, man, is that you want to keep it on a topic and keep us in that topic, right? We are allowed to move beyond that topic in the conversation. What this is about influences of media in all its forms. Gacha is one of those forms, and I understand that that was the main subject. But
I'm not sure what the title of this video could be at this point.
Gotcha.
Oh, I already know what the title of this video can be.
No, don't say it now because you'll probably change it by the time you like actually get to the title.
That's true. But yeah, I already kind of have an idea of how this could be. So, I mean, but that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like
to be fair, I thought we was already at an hour. So like that's why I was like, okay, we should probably like wrap it up.
Oh no, we're not at an hour. This like group things like this will probably hit an hour. But if I'm doing a one-on-one, I need it to be a little longer.
Fair enough.
That's just me though, because like with a group like this, we can do this a lot, but it's like it won't be as how do I say, as personal or immersive as it would be if it was just a one-on-one conversation.
In that case, think about a game that I like and put gacha aspect on it and see if like I would probably play it.
Smash.
All right, so like imagine if, so you know how Hyrule Warriors is a thing. I'm not sure if you're gonna get that, but I know you love Zelda.
That is true.
So let's say it was like a Hyrule Warriors type, Breath of the Wild type game. So okay, so you know Genshin Impact kind of like Breath of the Wild. So,
it is Breath of the Wild.
So imagine it like that, right? Where you could be other people besides Link. Like if you rolled, you could play as Zelda, or you could play as a fucking.
I would still play it because I already wanted to play as Link anyway. However, if the game starts off and you're not Link, I would probably just start rolling until I get Link, and that's like where my probably addiction would like start.
Wow.
Because if I'm like, oh, I got Link, and I got like a weird color of Link, I'm gonna be like, I don't want this fucking Link. Like that's where I'm like, I don't know.
What blue tunic Link? I want green tunic Link.
Exactly. So that's the aspect where if the game doesn't already start off with Link, that's probably all I'm gonna roll for. A perfect example of that when I did that before was on Fortnite. Fortnite had a DLC. It wasn't DLC, but like it was a purchasable character. It was Deadpool, and I was like, oh shit! If I ever want to get back on this game, I would like to fucking always play as Deadpool. Let me hurry up and fucking buy him. You can't just fucking buy Deadpool. And I was like, oh, that's fucking awful. I gotta fucking roll for Deadpool. I kept getting bullshit that wasn't Deadpool. I don't want to do that shit anymore. I didn't even got Deadpool. And quit with the side gimmicks you guys got on. But that's just gonna be her on the mic.
What?
Dumbass.
Hey, I might be a dumb.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Like, I guess if it's your favorite game and you don't start off as your favorite character or the main character that of the franchise that you love so much, then I can understand why you would want to do that. Because it's like, what if Resident Evil did that, right? Like, what if Resident Evil you didn't start off as Leon, or
It was just some guy.
yeah, you're just some dude, and you could roll for Leon, and you could roll for Jill, and you can roll for everyone else.
Oof.
I won't do that. Honestly.
Exactly. So like, you gotta make it desirable. So that now comes back to the Mad World point. What if you just start out like some guy in Mad World?
Bro, I'd be mad because I'd be like, I either want to be the Black Baron or Jack,
Okay, well roll for it.
and I'd do it.
Yeah, okay. Shit, that would happen with me in Dragon Ball Z. I don't want to play as Goku. Give me fucking
Isn't there
Vegeta.
a Dragon Ball gacha game?
There is.
Oh my God,
It's
there
a very
is.
popular one too.
People love that game.
Yeah, a lot of Mexicans do.
However, the roles are always desirable because if you're not getting something that you wanted, you will still get something cool.
Okay. Well, see, that brings me to the point, right, of how we were talking about earlier. A gacha game doesn't need to have waifus to get you.
No, it is.
It just needs to have something that you want. So, like, if there was a thing where it was just like grapplers, like, imagine if WWE had a gacha game.
It does.
There is.
Oh my God, what is it?
It's a mobile game,
It's a mobile.
and most mobile games are like fucking like gacha based. So like, I'm not too surprised by this.
Call of
But,
Duty's already there.
but the way that it
Yeah.
works is that they start you off with fucking like Seth Rollins, and you're like, I want to play as Seth Rollins.
What the fuck?
I want The Rock. And then like, you can roll for The Rock.
Did they?
Good luck fucking getting them.
The Rock's a fucking 5-star, and you're like,
The Rock is a 5-star, and that's where like it gets you. It's
But-
like, oh, you want this The Rock? Okay, I'm gonna give you The Rock with fucking like a blazer on instead of like The Rock with fucking wrestling gear. Oh, you want regular The Rock? Nah, you re-roll. That's exactly what it is.
Wait, does it have all the wrestlers?
It has all the wrestlers in different attires,
Except for
except for you know who.
except for him.
Except for him.
Can we say his name?
Arnesta could give less of a shit.
I mean, they won't come at me, right? For
The
mentioning
band.
him?
Let's call him the band.
No, like they won't just ban your video if you like.
Oh, I just don't want them to be like, no, you take that shit
No,
down.
we call him Ben. We call him Ben.
Chrissy B. So Chrissy B,
Chrissy B.
what Chrissy B did for the WWE.
No, we're gonna call him the Crippler, dude.
Yeah.
Crossface.
So I feel like if you could unlock the Crippler, I would be rolling to this day. If I would be spending so much money because you guys know he's my favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
So like, despite what he did, he was like still a really good wrestler to me. I have him flying off my like shelf right
Oh,
now.
that's my Ben. That I gave you.
You know how much these toys are going for?
I know. That's why I gave it to you.
Thank you.
If I had it in my
I
house,
already said thank you to you.
you still didn't
Like,
take
it's mine now. You said it's mine.
Yeah, but
Quit saying it's
but
yours.
it's mine too.
We both own it.
Nah.
You didn't take my fucking John Cena one.
Okay, so the same thing with like, if you saw a WWE Gacha game, right? You would want Rey Mysterio, right?
No.
I would want Rey Mysterio and the Ben.
Okay, so like you'll keep rolling, right? And
No.
if it keeps saying like, oh, Seth Rollins freaking blue tights, you'll be like, oh.
No, I really not fuck that.
Killed someone.
What? Speak up.
I don't want that.
The Ben and Ray?
Yeah. Do you only want them because of what they did?
Nah.
No, he legit likes them.
I like them. They're pretty cool. 619
Who's your favorite wrestler?
You know who it is.
Man,
John
his
Cena.
is John Cena and The Rock.
Okay, so would
And
you
The
keep
Rock.
rolling for John Cena?
Yeah.
All right, now what if you rolled and it was just like John Cena without
Okay.
the hat?
That's fine, too.
Okay.
What's the gameplay like?
What's the gameplay? Who cares? I want The Rock.
I don't know, I'm gonna play a gacha game just be.
Oh, wait.
I'm only doing it if they had titties on there. I was like, that's it.
Well, see, that's you though.
Yeah.
Like, there's gacha games.
Oh, there is women in this game.
Yeah, but with titties out?
They're like 3D.
Nah,
They're 3D. Well, okay, so like, do you remember like the women in the WWE who look like really good, right?
Yeah.
You want Michelle McCool?
The 3D model to that is going to be equally as desirable, but you still know that's a real person. So like that aspect really doesn't work with like said anime gacha.
Oh.
These are real people.
I mean, I guess it kind of works because you know you're not gonna really be able to have that person. This is your way of, this is your medium of feeling that out.
I don't know any super fans who are like, oh man, I need to keep rolling until I get freaking Trish Stratus. I don't think that's like a. Most wrestling fans only care about the male wrestlers.
Hey, nah, I want that girl Asuka.
Man.
Okay,
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I get it.
Imagine the fucking WWE conference room when they were pitching this game, and he's like, all right, Vince, you pick who's 4 and who's 5 stars.
Oh yeah.
He's go, okay, Rock 5 star, Rock with sunglasses 4 star,
I don't like him very much.
Rey Mysterio,
I don't like the Mexicans all that much.
2 star.
You make it.
Nah, that's a Vince thing that you were saying.
That is a real Vince thing.
Yeah.
What about the Ben? No, think about it.
To take him out. If he's in the game, you're all fine.
I already lost enough money from him.
There was a whole scandal.
You know, it just came to my head on the gacha game for the wrestling, and I've played it because I got bored with my time, and
Gotchas will kill your time.
and so I was just playing it for like a few days because I was bored,
Uh-huh.
and the whole ratings thing is bullshit.
They put like 5 stars on people who don't deserve it.
Yes, it's like you get like
Also, like Goldberg would be like a 4 star, but they give like Roman Reigns like a 5 star.
Yeah.
For sure, you just explained.
Yeah.
I'm really amazed by how much you actually do know wrestling, like to current day.
I mean, it's not. You know who the goods. It doesn't take a genius to figure out who the moneymakers are.
yeah, it's just the one. It's like the ones who are like all like the ones who are getting pushed.
Yeah, once I learned the term pushed, I was like, oh, they don't give a fuck. Like, this guy is awful. I was like, but he doesn't suck so much money into him. He has to push him or else he's gonna lose out.
Yeah.
That's basically Seth Rollins right now.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be the WWE champion. Like, imagine if this like freaking nerd was like back in the 2003. Like fucking.
He would not survive.
Nah, he wouldn't.
You're like,
And then
where's Rey Mysterio?
Mortal Kombat did the same thing.
Like, who?
Mortal Kombat had gacha?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
more
Oh, the mobile game.
The mobile game.
Oh wait, WWE had a fucking Mortal Kombat.
WWE Immortals.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's the game.
Hey,
I'm
they had
talking about.
super moves in there. Did you ever? You should watch the compilation.
There's a couple. I see John Cena hit somebody with a car and I turned it off. Because I was like, that's not creative at all. So he does the "you can't see me" thing, and then he like does like a commanding.
Oh, he does a little thing.
He does a
like that.
commanding hand, and a car just swoops in and hits the guy.
Oh, like Batman style, like Injustice Batman style.
Yeah, that's even dumb to me. That's,
Yo, look, Injustice has it too. They have that same thing. That's
Well,
same
but like
concept.
they all run off the same engine.
Oh well, let me ask you something. So in Mortal Kombat and on the WWE one, do you get like characters who are just no named characters? It's like a superstar or something.
No.
Because I remember in Mortal Kombat you would get people like Special Forces and like Monk,
I know he was like
Oh,
facing
yeah,
like
yeah.
Barakas, but like that's like a whole
Cotton.
Turcotten. Yeah, that's like a whole race.
In the WWE one, you don't. You actually get the superstars, and but there'll be like different versions of
I'm
them.
about to kill your ass.
Like
you gotta like face like a you know Naruto, freaking Rise from the Dead, reanimated. You face them reanimated versions.
Revenant versions of people.
Yeah.
and shit.
yeah,
So it's like and that's to like save data. So like they wanted to create all these fucking new models. So like, oh, let's just give John Cena a zombie skin, and you can fucking just face zombie Cena.
Joe's Molina in there?
Johnny Cage is in it.
Who's
yeah.
Molina?
No.
Then what the fuck's the point?
Oh, you like Molina?
I love Molina.
I don't think you ever played with Molina.
I have. Beach ass.
I really hope that.
I honestly, I'm hoping it's got caught on the mic.
Oh man, Chris, you're the main event, bro.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Basically, what the WWE uses is they basically use their gimmicks, the
Yeah.
different gimmicks that they used, and they'll just use it as a card in the game.
Oh, they did.
Joe, there was this really cool fucking.
Quit kicking the table. It's vibrating the mic.
There used to be a really fucking cool game called Summoning or Summoner. something like
I know
that.
what you're talking about.
It was like that you were in hell and you could summon like demons and shit, and like they fight against each. But it was really cool because you could tap on the screen and command them to which one are they gonna fight, and it was really cool. I had this like it was.
What is that to do? What the fuck?
It was a gacha game, obviously.
Okay, so like, what was the desirable part? What was the desire to like?
To me,
make it roll?
my favorite one, I wanted to get the succubus, and there was this other chick.
Did she look good?
Yes.
Okay, so like
Not in the face.
he's over cooming around.
No, but not in the face though.
You're cooming,
Yeah.
and all of us really just want cool shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, this nigga has fire powers.
Yeah.
I don't want to use that.
No, I don't want to use that. I want.
No, that's what me and him are.
Oh.
You and Nick want your dicks touched by a female that don't exist. That's what makes
I
y'all
don't want to succubus.
inferior to us.
I don't want a succubus to touch my dick.
That's not necessarily true.
I just want to see her titties.
All right,
Oh.
defend yourself. Why do you play it?
It's getting
Is it
old.
not because of the girls?
Yeah,
I mean, some of them are, but when I play the SNK one, you know, it's all about the characters.
But aren't most of your favorite characters in the SNK one female?
Some of them are, yes. But remember when they had the crossover with WWE and The Rock was making fun of Rock Howard?
I am aware of this. This is still a crossover that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Well, if you bought the characters by the time like they ended promotion.
So, anyways, back.
Wait a minute, Brawlhalla's fucking gotcha.
Yeah.
Not really.
Nah, man, you remember the player base that I explained to Brawlhalla, do you? Not the
Yeah.
player base, but like how the fucking like how much the transactions are.
Yeah, well,
was-
I get you.
Yo,
Hey,
what
I'm gonna go piss right quick. Y'all keep it going.
Hey, can I go in there too?
No.
Anyways.
You remember Brawlhalla, right?
Yeah. Those characters were. They took a long time to grind for. If you're not gonna pay it for.
You're not gonna earn the money to buy them.
Yeah.
Each character costs $7, and
Oh.
there is 60 characters you can buy.
So
So go ahead and multiply that.
Tactical Genius here.
Wait, what'd you say?
7
Each
times
characters costs $7, and there's like 60 characters you can buy.
60. That's like 420 bucks.
Yeah. You know, I probably extended that a bit. Probably 30.
30?
It's like 100
That's
and
210.
200.
200.
All right, so that's $200 that you're spending on a game where you cannot buy the full version to get other characters. There's no $60 version to get the characters. You have to buy exactly what character you want in order for your pockets not to hurt.
But it was weird, right? But when it first began, like you can grind for it and get the character, because that's how I got one of the characters.
Yeah, one. How many games were that? How many games was that?
I think that was like 3 days of playing.
3 days of playing.
But that was like
to earn one character. Do you remember how long it took? Do you remember how long it takes to earn a character on Street Fighter through like in-game currency?
Street Fighter 5, right?
Yeah.
Man, it kind of takes a minute because you have to do really good in the survival, right? Doesn't the survival get you fight money? If you do really good in the survival, you get a good chunk of fight money. But the real thing is doing
He told us
Like
to
tutorial.
do story mode with every character.
yeah, no, that too. If you do story mode with every character, you get enough for at least one, and
I think it was two.
It's
Yeah.
about two. You get enough for about 2 characters.
And like that's it.
That's
like,
it.
But because like after you finish the story the first time, like there's no like added currency on that.
No, there's other ways that you can do it though too. Is you can do the tutorials. Those will give you fight money, and if you do the challenges like the trials, they'll give you fight money. But those are hard.
Yes, they are.
Well, tutorials aren't hard. It's just there's so many to get fucking through.
So would you consider Street Fighter a gacha?
I wouldn't consider
It
it
has
a
gacha elements.
gacha because there's no roles for anything.
Yeah.
You either straight up buy the character.
Yeah, there is no loot boxes or shit. So
Yeah.
like but you are paying for something that can be obtained within the game.
Well, the thing that distinctly makes gacha is the fact that it's a slot machine.
Okay. So let's talk about just microtransactions
In general?
yeah.
Okay.
So in that aspect, how do you feel about this statement? Oh, well, you don't have to buy it.
I feel like that statement is really gray. Because you're right, you don't have to buy it, but it's like,
It should have been there anyways.
yeah, it's like I shouldn't have to buy this, it should have already been in the game.
Yeah.
But if I want this thing that I really want, and I have to spend a couple bucks on it, then I guess that's what I have to do. There's some people who are like, I guess I have to spend money now.
There's always arguments made on there's always like the rich side of like the gaming community that's like, oh, extra DLC? Oh yeah, I love that. Give me some more of that. While like the other people are like, why wasn't this just in the game? Well,
Yeah.
what's going on? The Pokemon community has been like arguing with each other like since like the whole like, oh, you don't have all the Pokemon like since the fucking beginning of the game anymore. And when the DLC came out for it, where it unlocks even more Pokemon, people were like, oh, why do I gotta pay for Pokemon that existed on my fucking previous versions of the game? And they come at you with the, you don't have to buy it.
Well, I mean, it's like a.
And you don't have to buy it because those Pokemon are still obtainable. However, you got to trade for it and like whatnot. Somebody needs to buy it. So like, how do you feel on that statement?
I feel like that's really shitty, especially to a fan base that's as loyal as the Pokemon community, because you guys gotta stick with your shit. Like I'm
No, Sonic is the most loyal fan base in video game history. Sonic fans are literally shit on every game that they got,
and they buy every Sonic game that comes out because they're hoping that this one's it. This is it. This is the comeback.
And Sonic Mania had him. It had him in the palm of their hand.
But Sonic Mania had to go back, and then they came out with Sonic Forces and the Create Your Furry Simulator.
Some of them liked it.
Some people did like it, but
not a lot of them. But like
but it just kind of reinforced that thing of, oh, most Sonic fans just want to make a Sonic OC.
Do you think if there's a Sonic gacha where you play as just like some hedgehog instead of like Sonic? How much money you think that? How much money you think that?
Bro, if I have to roll for Sonic in my Sonic game, I'm gonna be really kind of upset. I should start
No,
off.
but think about the Sonic fans.
I think they would be highly. They're like, what? I don't need to play Sonic, and then people probably roll until they get a Sonic.
I don't think people like Sonic like that. I think people would just roll for a Shadow or something like that.
Okay, so let's not get into the Shadow Sonic debate because that's a whole other thing. I was a Shadow guy.
Everybody was a Shadow guy. Who you like in Sonic? Who's your favorite character in Sonic?
None of them.
He likes Amy.
Remember, I don't like any of them.
You don't like Sonic?
Yeah, I told you I didn't like.
No, like do you not like Sonic the games or like Sonic like the whole like
The characters.
the whole.
I never. That's a broad statement.
That's a very brave statement.
You
Even niggas who
played
don't-
Sonic, right?
Yeah.
It had good games. What's going on with
It
you?
had good games.
It did have good. It had good.
You
games.
never played Sonic 1?
Sonic 1's fucking awesome. Have you not played Sonic 1?
Yes, I played Sonic.
You play Sonic and Knuckles?
Did
Yeah.
you not like what you were playing?
I played Sonic and Knuckles.
You play Sonic and Knuckles with the extension pack?
Why are you talking like that?
I've never.
What didn't you like about Sonic? Is it the fan base? Did the fan base ruin Sonic?
Did they
No,
make you
because
cringe-free?
I was never an internet person, so I didn't ever run into them.
Yeah, bro, that sure is not.
You don't have to be an internet person to know that Sonic had a fan base.
Well, I knew there was a fan base, but I would never like. You think people at school would talk about that shit?
People at school love Sonic.
Bro, they fucking you remember fucking.
Remember, y'all went to different schools. Don't say remember.
No, you know this guy. You know Guillermo.
Oh, you're talking about high.
As long as we don't say last names, we're fine.
Oh, you're talking about high school.
Well, Guillermo was middle school too for us,
For
but
us.
high school.
He was the Sonic guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I never talked to Guillermo that much.
Oh, you remember?
Bro, Guillermo fucking loves Sonic. That nigga always bought Sonic stuff.
I never
Oh, yeah,
got
he
him
loves
on a
Sonic.
tangent.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, who's your favorite Sonic character?
I
Don't do that.
don't really like play Sonic a lot.
Is there a character that you're like, okay,
Bats.
Rogue.
Rouge?
Rouge.
Yeah,
Rouge the cat.
No, Rouge the Bat.
Rouge the bat.
What the fuck is that? Keep that in.
Of course, that's what.
Yeah,
you like.
because I'm a big Coomer. I've always been since I was like 5
You
or
need to
6.
do something about all that.
Bro, no, like, okay, so when I was like,
You need to do something about
When
that.
Yo, you about to tell us a Coom story,
alright,
bro.
so when my first Coomer experience was when I was like 7 or 6.
Oh my god.
And I was friends with like a bunch of older kids. But I forgot what happened.
Hey, just a quick. If this leads to something
No,
bad happening to you?
no, nothing bad happened. They were like,
Are you sure you want to tell this story?
yeah, it was fine.
All right,
Like,
it's on record.
the oldest ones were like, there was just like 2 of them. It was like 17 and like 16.
What were you doing?
And the rest of them were like,
Where you hanging out with these people for?
because my parents moved over to Laredo, I was pretty young already. I was like the youngest one of all of them. And I remember they went to an abandoned trailer and they said, Chris, stay right here. And I was like, okay. And they went and they were looking at stuff, right? Like in a book, like a magazine. And I was just like, I wonder what they're doing. They're like, alright, Chris, let's go. And we're like, alright. We went back to our neighborhood. And then I think I got really curious. So I went back and I was like, I wonder what that is. And I looked at what they were looking at. And it was a dirty mag.
Yeah.
With boobies on it.
Yeah, with boobies.
I found it. I was like, this is the holy grail. I was like, this is what God commanded me to do. And I opened it and I saw it was boobies. And I first saw my like blowjobs,
What the fuck?
ass eating.
They didn't make magazines like that.
I don't remember any magazines growing up that showed people eating ass.
It was weird because it didn't show them like their like the ass or the pussy. It was just show them doing the action like the ass and their face like that, and it was cut off like it was like a comic book. It was really weird. And like when she was blowing the guy, like you don't see the penis. All you saw was her just like going like that. And I was like, what's going on?
I don't remember seeing any active sex in any magazine.
All I remember seeing naked pictures.
All I remember was just naked chicks.
Because it was weird. Because I think it was an older magazine from like the 80s or like the 90s. It was weird, and I was like, whoa. This is cool, and I grabbed it and I kept it with me, and I went back home.
Oh man, that was when Chris started stealing a lot.
And like I was just going. I read every single page. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but I was like, boobies, because I saw tits. There were tits a lot, and I was like, titty.
So that translates into like you liking anything that just like remotely resembles sexual euphoria for you.
You just like sexualized things.
Yeah, and then I remember like I just loved it, and then I remember I kept it with me. It kept it with me. I went into the van. I think it was like a year already, and I still had it with me. And I went to the van, and I was on the very back, and I was like, and I was like, oh no, we gotta go to the store. And I hid it behind the seat. You know, how there's a little like pouch.
Yeah.
And I put it in there, and I was like, oh okay. And then my sister got here, was like, what is he always laughing at? And she went and she looked. And she found my dirty bag, and she was like, Chris, what the fuck are you reading? And I was like,
Chris, why are you laughing at dirty mags?
I didn't understand. Like, I was just like,
I'll probably be like convulsing and like shaking because like I'm just looking at it.
But that's what happened. I was convulsed, but I laugh. Like, cause I when I get nervous,
then you got some nervous like.
Because when you're little,
he's losing his mind.
And I was like, whoa. And my sister, like, she got.
Now, can you imagine a shaking, convulsing Chris? Like constantly laughing at Matt.
That started happening a lot when I got to middle school and I got the.
Well, I'm sorry that Rouge made you feel that way.
Rouge doesn't.
Let me ask Joseph who his favorite character is on Sonic.
Okay.
This thing went on a whole story.
Hello. Anyways.
Who's your favorite character in Sonic?
Knuckles.
Ooh. Not a bad.
Well, I mean, Knuckles is cool because
I like Knuckles too.
He's not Sonic. He doesn't chuckle, you know.
All right, good night, everybody. Why would you say that bullshit to me right now?
Because man, that's just how it is.
Man.
Well, I mean, what this conversation has shown me is that we all understand what a gacha is, and we all understand. We all have different reasons for why we roll.
Some people are similar to others. Lupe's claim is, I don't do it for the sex. I mean, it's very obvious that he does. Why is he just telling us that?
I never seen him come about the fact of like, just like.
But whenever
every time he shows me a gacha game, it's never an H. It's just a normal gacha.
It's very borderline.
Yeah.
But like, why isn't he just telling us that like that's why he likes it?
Because he probably doesn't like it.
He likes softcore.
This nigga
he doesn't want to tell us
this
that.
This nigga reads fucking shitty dojins just for fun.
What's a shitty dojin?
All of them.
That's a matter of. That's very subjective.
Just like me,
I mean, because what I'm into, you're not into. So I mean, it's like you're not gonna think what my doujin.
Nah, I won't tell what
shit.
genre it is because this nigga tells me too much about it.
I don't think we should ever reveal our porn references on here.
So I just.
Well, Chris already like laid it all on the table.
I mean, like, I don't know. I just feel like if we mention everything that we trying to fuck, then you know it eventually makes it not special.
It's always special for me.
It's always special to you. Well, I guess that's a good place to cut it off.
What you talking about?
So what we learned today is that we all roll for something different. Gachas are.
It's our gambling.
They're weird. They're just forms of gambling, and we're aware of that, and yet we still roll. That's just how life is. Well, hopefully I can get something out of this. This is an hour and 15 minutes, so whoever listens to this will have the time, and will enjoy our bullshitting. So, anyways, I'm Ernesto. This has been The Boys, and honestly, I don't know if we'll do this again. But most likely we will, because I make very bad decisions. So, have a good night, everybody.
Hello.
Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? I used to eat sardines for dinner. East to Raw G, Brucey B, Kid Capri. Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call the Crips, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard, you never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? I used to eat sardines for dinner. East to Raw G, Brucey B, Kid Capri. Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call the Crips, same number, same hood. It's all good.